Hi guys, my name is Hannah. Welcome to Winsome Cottage Garden. I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. Today we're actually picking up where the last video left off. In fact, it is actually the same day, as you might guess from my attire. If you didn't watch that video, just so you know, it's a bit warm today, which is kind of why I look like the way I do. But you make hay while the sun shines, you get plants in the ground when the opportunity presents itself. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is getting the bulk of my dahlia tubers planted, which I'm really excited to get done. This is a bit different than it's been in the past. We actually planted up some dahlia tubers in a video not too long ago, which I can show you in just a sec, which we're not going to be planting today because I haven't hardened them off yet, but they're looking fantastic. These are those dahlias we potted up. They're looking really great. In fact, this one I've already pinched. As you can see, these other guys aren't quite tall enough. So they're looking good. What is not looking good is actually the dahlias that I stored last year. They got a bit dry. So I looked at them and I didn't even film it because I'm pretty sure I killed them all. So I actually panic bought a lot of dahlias. My mom bought me a lot for my birthday, which is delightful. And so those just arrived. I didn't get a chance to pre-do them. So we're gonna go outside and get them on the ground. These are actually the dahlias that I saved that I was able to, I thought might do something. 4 have popped up. Their labels were poor too, so I don't know what's what. I have an additional 7 that I'm gonna keep and see what happens. Alrighty, let me show you where these dahlias are going. And keep in mind, I'm probably gonna leave some holes for the tubers that are still coming that I might tack on to the end of this video. And then also the ones that are not yet ready to come outside. You can see here's actually a lot of the plants that we planted in the last video. That was actually today. So I want to get this done and then get a hose on it to help some of these poor things. But we're going to put some of the, I'm thinking sunset mix. Actually, you know what? The cafe con leche mix would look so good here. So I'm thinking cafe con leche mix and pom-pom mix at the front. So we'll put some dahlias here, and then actually I might stick some pom-poms along this little guy because this path doesn't need to be quite this wide. My brother Sean is going to be assisting me with Yager. Okay, and easy peasy, just like that. All those dahlias are on the ground. I'm gonna water them in off camera, and you may have noticed that I left a couple of holes in the landscape that I didn't fill, and that's because I have some more dahlias coming, and I'm gonna save some spots for some of the mystery dahlias that did come back from last year. Well, I guess they're not completely mystery because I do know what I had. So I'll be able to, once they flower, narrow it down a little bit more. Right now, it just kind of looks like a sea of tags letting me know where they are. So what ended up here is I've got one pom-pom mix to kind of keep a walkway because it's a smaller one. Then along the back and this one are all the dinner plate bridal. Then I have a whole mix of cafe con leche. Then I put the sunset mix right here. And then I have 2 pom-poms here and then 3 pom-poms there. and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, where I left those holes for the next time. I'm not gonna end this video here because I do want to finish getting these in the ground, so we'll just wait a day or two and then finish up with the rest of the dahlias, including probably putting some into raised beds. Hi everybody, it is actually a new day, as you might be able to guess. In fact, it is probably about 2-ish weeks later after we planted those last dahlias, and I haven't finished planting stuff out in the landscape, so I wanted to give a brief update and show you some exciting things about the dahlias that we already planted, as well as bring you along as we finish getting the last tubers in the ground. It's a little late. It is like June 3rd or 4th here, so I should have gotten these in a week or two ago, but it's better late than never. Good news though, the ones we did get in are already popping out of the ground. Not all of them are, but for instance, you can see there's one right here. This one is nice and big. There's also one right there. I think there was a dahlia planted here-ish and the tag might have gone. I am gonna plant 4 dahlias back here today. These haven't popped up yet, but I'm sure they will soon. Over here you can see one helicopter. But you can see the sunset mix. There's one here. This one hasn't popped up yet. I'm sure, I hope it will. It looks like something may have dug at it a little bit. There's one there coming up. And then these guys haven't. Oh, here's one, I think. I don't remember planting one there, but it could be. Anyway, we'll leave that, see if that label got moved. And then over here, there's definitely some signs of action. My second order of dahlias did come in, and fantastic news. Most of the ones that I thought I had killed survived. So I now have a plethora of dahlias to get in the ground, a lot of which I'm also going to try in pots this year since I do have so many. But first things first, I'm going to dig some holes and probably redig those ones over there, as well as dig some holes in garden beds, because this bed here is going to get some dahlias. And then this corner right here is going to get some dahlias. I'm actually also going to be putting some dahlias in my front yard. However, there's a house near me that is for sale right now, and there's a lot of traffic, so I don't know how much of that I will actually film. But I will share with you that our dahlias are doing so good. The ones that I thought had died. You can see there's one here, one here. These guys all have little bits coming up. In fact, right now, these 1, 2, 3 are the only ones that haven't popped, and they might still pop. I'm going to leave those till the end, and we'll see what happens. I do still have a mix that we pre-potted that are brand new to me that also need to be planted. So I have a lot of dahlias, a lot of dahlias. In fact, I'm probably going to be like looking for areas to put them. But that's a good problem to have. I think we can all agree. So, without further ado, let's dig some holes. Alright, we got them all on the ground, at least the ones in the backyard. And I thought I would quick show you what ended up where and flash a picture up on the screen of what they're going to look like. The first ones I want to show you are actually some that we started in my seed starting video a couple weeks ago, where we got them in pots to give them a head start, and they're looking miles ahead of everything else. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are tender mix dahlias that we started in that video, as I said. I've got in here, and I planted some of these off video, but in here we've got some Aunt Molly ground cherries. These guys are all celosia, Cresspedia, asters, and then over here we've got some dahlias. I did have room for one, which is a old rose mix, which was just a bare root. The next ones we planted were actually over here on this curve, and you might have seen in here when I was digging holes, I actually have cardboard under this, and actually technically all under this area. I've been battling some of this weed, which is terrible. I need to get that out, and I've just been working on everything I can to help suppress it, so I had to dig through the cardboard a bit. This one and this one are a bit of mysteries. These are some of the ones that I thought had died over the winter, and they also had been separated from their label. Next year when I save these, A, I'm going to do a better job, and B, I'm going to write straight on the tuber what it is. So I'm hoping once they bloom I'll be able to identify them, and I'm hoping they're not too massively big. We'll just have to kind of see. This one says it is a Leonardo da Vinci dahlia. This is another one I saved from last year that surprised me coming back. And then we have one new variety over here, which was a tuber, which is a night butterfly dahlia. The 4 we planted over here are all from the cotton candy mix. There's one here, one here, one here, and one there, intermingled with ones we already planted. And then if I duck through here, over here we have another mystery that I don't know what it is. We have a October Sky dahlia and one that is a romantic mix dahlia. I planted 2 in this bed. This might be a little tight for spacing. This one is an old rose mix, and this one is a romantic mix. And then my final ones I got in the ground is I actually have 6 in here. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are a Catherine mixed dahlia, and this one is a cotton candy mixed dahlia. I've left a little room because I'm going to do some pole beans. Those are all of the ones that I got in the backyard. I still have some to put in pots, but I'm going to save that for another video. It's going to be glorious when these come up. It probably won't be jamming until August. I might get lucky at the end of July, but I think it'll be more like August that we start really getting dahlias. I'm hoping. It's quite cool this week. It's been so interesting because it's been so hot, and then now it's really cold. Well, not cold, it's cool for this time of year. It's like right now it's like 70. It's very humid because, as you might be able to tell, it's very cloudy, and it's probably going to rain a little bit tonight, so I might not even water these in because the ground was pretty moist. Anyway, in the front I'm going to get 5 Cafe Con Leche mix in. Okay, so here's my front door, and I have one here, one there, and if you walk down this path I put 1, 2, 3. This gets a decent shot of sun. Not quite sure exactly how much it's gonna get, but I'm interested to see if these guys do well here. All right, I really think that's gonna do it for this video. I know it took part over quite a period of time. Like, you'll be able to tell that this wasn't there in the last video, but you know, life happens. There was a Memorial Day, my birthday was in there, there's just a lot of stuff going on. And I'm glad that we were finally able to get the rest of the dahlias in the ground. I'm really excited to see how they grow and come up. I love dahlias, they're one of my favorite flowers just to see, let alone work with in arrangements. And I'm so excited that you decided to join me today and see how you don't need to do a perfect row crop of dahlias. I am going to add some staking, I will say that. It'll probably be a little bit later when I do some garden maintenance, how I set up the staking system to help make sure that they're supported as they grow. So like winds and rains and stuff don't damage it too badly. I also deal with earwigs, so it's one of those things that you're just, with dahlias or any kind of plants, you have to keep an eye on and make sure that you are taking care of. I really haven't found a great way to help combat the earwigs other than baiting them. I use like a bonide product for slugs and earwigs. Otherwise they eat your petals, which really stinks. So anyway, I went on a little bit of a tangent. I'm so glad that you decided to join me in this video and spend a couple days with me in the yard as we worked to get our dahlias in the ground. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.